Hi, everybody. Welcome to Not Your Guru Show. I am Tamra Oviatt, and I am not your guru. You are your guru. I'm here to assist. I'm here to answer questions, and I'm here to offer guidance. I do not claim to be a psychic. Not interested in doing that for you and give you new false pretense or belief systems that you have and recreating those for you. What I'm here to do is really talk to you about the power you have within you to help you shift. You know, yesterday, for the last couple weeks, I have been really going inside and spending a lot of alone time. And it's not really alone time because I am my companion. I'm not alone. And, you know, sometimes I get bored and I look outside of myself. But for the last 4 days, I wasn't as good as I was last week. Last week, I went 48 hours straight, no internet, no phone, no nothing, no music, nothing. This week, I did 4 days of almost nothing. I had some work to do, so I had to answer some questions and stuff like that. And I watched some inspirational YouTube is what I did for my entertainment. And some of it just funny stuff too, because it's always good to laugh, isn't it? You know, the transformation I have been going through is just absolutely incredible. And I'm so thankful for all of it. Part of me wants to invite everybody I know to come hang out with me. And the other parts are just okay being alone. So come hang out with me for a week. Absolutely. Come for practitioner training or master practitioner training. But what I'm going through at this time is just life-changing for me. It really, really is. And I wanted to talk about the world that we live in. You know, we put all of our energy outside of ourselves, fighting the politics, who's in charge, what horrible things they have done. Look what they're doing now. Look what they're doing to the ocean. Look what they're doing to the Amazon. Look at this. Look at that. You know, like me watching YouTube channels and watching entertainment. Some enlightening for me and some just entertaining. It's all about entertainment. It really is. There's entertainment to keep us in fear, to keep us in horror, to keep us laughing. But the whole world is a stage for us. The whole world and everything that's going on in this world is our stage, is where we get to play. But it seriously is just a play. You're playing, you're learning, you're expanding. If you want to change the world, go inside. That's how you change the world. It's an inside job. We are responsible for all of our politicians. All of them. Our leaders, our dictators, our jailers, whatever that is, and whatever you call it. But it all comes from within. Because we are all connected. We're all in this together. But we get so sidetracked. Somebody wished me happy 999 yesterday. That's another distraction. And if you're everything and whole, so is Zodiac's. That's another distraction. Or the full moon of where it is. Oh, Friday the 13th. Woohoo, or 99 portal or 1111 portal. You know, those are all distractions. Everything is inside of you. Everything. You don't need 999 to make massive changes in your life. That is giving your power away. We are creating this world. You are creating your life exactly the way you want it to be. And the more conscious you become about your choices and what you're doing, the more you can create your life. And this brings me to this thought when I was in sales. I was in marketing. I've sold sailboats and power boats and CNC machines and advertising for real estate agents. And I had a lot of belief systems. Trust me. I look back now, I was like, wow, am I different? But you know what? Consciously, I created that I would be number one. That was a conscious choice, and I focused on it. 95% of our lives are subconscious programming. But if we consciously choose things and choose things and choose things and put our energy there, we can create anything we desire. I've talked earlier about the last 3 years. I've just been kind of cruising around, living here, living there. Well, I've had a couple of houses. For last year, I haven't had a house. Not focusing on my business except doing exactly what I'm told to do. I've had enough income to do what I want to do. And I wish more of my friends had that freedom also so they can come play with me. But, it's also about creation, you guys. We get to create here. I haven't really been creating. I haven't been playing in the creative force energy, that super consciousness. And some of the things I got yesterday. Okay, so I got to back up a little bit. If you guys were in the Black Magic Puppet Master webinar, there was this little head that a friend of mine, Vicky's, gave me. And he had given it to me before. And he gave it back to me. I put it in salt. I bagged it up. You have no power over me. You can't mess with me. Do this little rock right. And I kept hearing this carved rock of a head tell me, I have things to teach you. And well, leave me alone. But I have things to teach you. Okay, what are you going to teach me? I want to teach you about the dark arts. No way, I don't want to know anything about the dark arts. Right? And I get scared. And I'm all, no, go away, leave me alone. And it's like, you say you're everything. You say you're oneness, but yet you deny the dark arts. You don't want to see them, which means you send them fear. So how can you be everything if you fear this? I went, okay, that's true. So then I was shown that, yin and yang, dark and light, right? Or just the symbol, yin and yang. The collective consciousness that I talk about, right? We have this collective consciousness that we're all plugged into. And then I talk about the dark throwing the stuff into the collective consciousness that we can pick up on, right? So what I saw was this collective consciousness is a mix of the dark and the light. And the people that are playing their dark roles are really immersed in their game of what we would consider sick stuff, right? They're super immersed. The people that are all about healing the planet, saving everything, are really, really, really locked into their game. It's the same level. It's all available, just depending on what you want to plug into and what you want to experience. We can even bring that down to more of an earth level of what we create. Because people talk about heaven and hell, right? They're both very much real, and they both very much exist in the fourth dimension. but they also exist here on earth. What do I mean by that? You're either creating heaven for yourself or you're creating hell for yourself. If you continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, you're creating hell. You're creating suffering, lack, limitations, you're creating hell. If you're creating fun, health, love, you're creating heaven. And then when you die, well, you don't really die. You just give the earth suit back, right? When you move on, you choose heaven or hell, right? Because you're not done learning. So then you go experience hell. Now, let me tell you something about this. I got this message the other day. If you're everything and heaven is inside of you and you are expanded, why not go to hell? And I went, okay. So I went into hell. And I saw people repeating the same things. Their drug addictions, their nasty, nasty stuff that they were creating. But they just keep creating it over and over and over again. So it's just a higher vibrational, more intense experience of what you're creating on earth. And when these people in hell are done and they've decided they're over it and they actually wake up, then they move on and they create heaven. The people that are in heaven are in the karmic loop or in the reincarnation loop. They haven't learned everything yet. So they go to heaven. They get to go to more school, more advanced school and learning and understanding. But remember, it's like textbooks. It's like, learning. And then they get to come back to Earth or another planet. But really, I think it's Earth before you get to move on somewhere else to learn more, to experience it. Because you can read in books, you can watch movies, but when you have the experience of it is when the learning really, really comes in. So, and then we talk about the people that are in between, right? They're afraid to go. They're the ghosts. They're the ones addicted. They're the drug demons or the alcohol demons or whatever. But, there are demons. Of course there are. There are also angels. But they're both in service for whatever we desire. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's bad. It just is. My friend Vicky's, I talked about him last week. I'll talk about him this week. When we were hanging out for the 3 weeks, he didn't really drink. He had a couple beers a day. But the last 3 or 4 days, I noticed when I went to bed that he'd be drinking. And I had judgment towards that. And the other day, sitting on the beach, it's his life. It's his experience. If he wants to hang out with alcohol demons, which he mentioned, he had alcohol demons all around him. If that's the experience he wants in this lifetime, who am I to judge? That's his life. So what he's experiencing with demons? It's an experience. When you start looking at people around you and allowing them to have their own experience, whatever that is, without trying to save them or make them wrong or make them right, your life is much freer. So much more joyful and peaceful. And again, we talk about this life and what we're creating and how bad the earth is, or how amazing the earth is. Yesterday I went to the temple not far from here. Oh my God, we stopped at this restaurant on the way back. I have this really good knowledge of which restaurants to go to. Went to this restaurant and they had coconut flour tortillas. Holy cow. I'm going to make them. They're so good. Because I can't do wheat or or corn or beans or potatoes. I know I'm really fruit because I'm doing a Candida cleanse of something I've had for years. And I would feed it, oh, it's okay if I have a little candy or a little fruit or a little corn or a little beans, right? And then it's like, oh, I got to take this to kill off the Candida, but yet I just fed it. Isn't that hell? Isn't that what that is? For the last year, I've really, really, really been focusing on getting the Candida out of my body. I've dropped 45 pounds. But I keep it alive a little bit. It's a friend. Think about my friend Vicky's with his alcohol demons. They're friends. There's something we're used to. It's something we're having around. What's the difference of me feeding the Candida and him drinking? There isn't any. It's just our perception about it. It's all the same thing. So when I started really realizing what I'm doing, I got really serious. I mean, yesterday I did have a half a teaspoon of sugar in my coffee, but that was it. You know, no any of the other stuff. And again, it's about connecting with the body and honoring the wholeness of the body. You know, we're here to become whole. We're here to become one. And that starts with us. We have to become one with us before we become everything. I've really been watching myself expand into everything. And if you would have told me a year ago to go into hell, I would have told you to go to hell. But it's just, you know, we're third dimension, it's fourth dimension. You know, the level of the masters is fifth and sixth and beyond. Are we in the fifth dimension? Yeah, we are. And we're creating things so radically and so fast because the filters of the fourth dimension isn't there. You know, can we plug into the fourth dimension? Well, it's just really more of what we're doing here, but a higher vibration, right? It's a vibration of not needing a meat suit to be there. And we're creating every day, if we like it or not. We're creating our lives. We're creating the world. If you don't want to see hunger in the world, clear the hunger within. What are you hungry for? The lack, the limitation, the poverty, the sickness. It's all right here. It's all right here. Sorry. It's all right here. And throughout, because of course our DNA in every cell has the energy of all, right? So you know, I was shown the layer of the dark. They told me I had to learn the dark arts. I saw it. And at first I thought it was another layer, but realized it's all the same, the fourth dimension. And then there's the super consciousness layer of like the sixth plane, or not the sixth dimension. Excuse me, not plane, that's old. Verbal. And the sixth is super consciousness. And this is like manifesting on steroids, or just super fast shifts, changes. Boom, 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 boom. You know, they say the fifth dimension is the level of the masters. Yeah. The sixth dimension is also the level of the masters. But the more power you have, the stronger and more powerful things you create. So consciously know what you're creating. And if it's not something you really want to create, then you need to shift it to really create what it is you desire. Because otherwise you create more of that. I've seen people through activations or other things, or through sacred activations, I've watched them trash themselves because they have this high vibrational ability to create, but yet they haven't cleared out their thoughts. So therefore they're creating major destruction for themselves. I know, I've done it. And the more oneness you go into within yourself, the stronger your mirror is for other people. So if some people can't be around you, it's okay. Because you're just mirroring to them that they can't handle about themselves. My friend Vicky said I was an angel. He goes, "You're an angel." He says, "I watch how you treat everybody. You're so kind and loving." It's like, thank you. And I'm saying this because my experience lately is just so amazing. I mean, if I go into a store to get something, people are smiling at me and interacting with me and being really, really kind everywhere I go. And that's what's inside of me. So I'm reflecting that back to me. So if you don't like how people are treating you, that's something else to look at. You know, what are you reflecting? Why are you bringing this reflection onto yourself? What inside do you need to heal? So the talk today is really about, we are creating this earth, you guys. We are in charge of everything we do. And the more conscious you become, the more control you have over your life and how it treats you. You don't have to be completely and totally clear of everything. You just have to be conscious. Choose consciously what you're creating, because that's why we're here, to live consciously, to create. What is it you desire to create? Focus on it. So anyways, like I said, I'm not going to sell anything during this. We've got some amazing classes coming up. If you're new to me, go to my website and check it out. Okay. And all kinds of things to help service you and helping you become a better you. So that's what I'm all about. Again, I'm Tamra Oviatt. I'm the founder of Sacred Activations. I've been a healer for eons. And I'm here to serve. So we'll go ahead and open this up for questions. If anybody would like to talk or have any questions or anything they would like to share, you can raise your hand. I accidentally unmuted everybody, so let's mute all participants to unmute themselves. Okay. All right, you guys. So this is a good time. If you want to type something in, Susan can read it to me. Or if you want to talk to me, go ahead and raise your hand. Oh, come on, Bianca. Just raise your hand instead of typing.
Thank you. I'm not good at that. Just love the conversation because it's really resonating what I know to be true as well. I've never seen, well, I used to see entities and demons as bad, and then I started learning that they're just there to, like you said. And I really love that. But what I wanted to know, and my question was, I'm pretty good at doing stuff for the rest of my life, but when it comes to money, this is where I block myself still. I'm better,
I'm
but
sorry, I'm
I'm
missing
still.
part of what you're saying, sweetheart. Can you?
Oh, okay. Let me put the earphones because I'm cooking something and that might be
Oh,
in the
great. Now you
background.
froze.
Did I?
Thank you. Yeah, because yeah, other people want to be able to hear what you're saying too, and I'm missing part of what you're saying.
Sorry. I was just saying the part that I'm still not, like, I'm creating my family life, my love life, and everything else is pretty good. But the part I'm still not creating is about receiving and money and work life. And work life is getting clearer.
It's getting clearer. Good.
Yeah, and my money is better, is much better than it was, in the
Well,
sense
there
of,
you go. So you are creating it. Treat it like a business.
yeah.
Make goals. They've been
Okay.
telling me that for the last couple of years.
And that's what I've been guided to do, but I haven't taken action.
There you go.
Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, live consciously. Live consciously.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Comments? Anything you'd like to share? Oh, I like that, Brian. Overthinking is an issue for him these days. I got an affirmation to share, which is helping. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Only love is spoken here. Yeah. I used to use cancel a lot. You know, one of the first things I learned about shifting energy was delete. When you have a thought come up, delete. I think my forehead was bruised for like a month. Delete, delete. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today and joining the conversation. I am going to be doing this at 8 a.m. Pacific time every Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye, everybody.